Hello, I am Chris Menard. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer and just recently awarded Microsoft MVP. We're going to do some advanced Excel today. I'm going to be in Power Query and actually had this exercise, something similar to this exercise at my real place of employment just recently. So I made up this file and let's dive into how awesome Power Query is with breaking out your data and putting it into a tabular format. So I have a list of names, offices, and department listed in column C. The issue is I get data like this all the time. And if you notice, it's column B that's the issue, those offices. When the data came to me, they're separated by commas. So if you wanted to start filtering and saying, I want to see people in just Paris or people in New York or Cleveland, or you want to sort it, the sorting's impossible. The filtering you could possibly get to, but doing a pivot table, that's out of the question with this. So we need to fix column B, and we're going to fix it using those, even with those columns on there, we'll fix it. So here are the steps. Click inside your data, go to the data tab at the top. Right now it is a range. I need to create a table, but this will do it for me over in Get and Transform Data. I'm going to click From Table Range. It'll change the range to a table. I do have headers. Click OK. Now Power Query will launch. In the background, you didn't see it, but it changed that range to a table. You'll see that in just a second. Inside of Power Query, the issue is the offices with the commas. I'm going to select offices right here. I'm going to go to Split Column by Delimiter. When this screen loads, it happened to automatically pick up comma, but in case it's one of these other options, you would pick space, you would pick tab, and you can even click on custom. But in our example, it is definitely a comma. Split at each occurrence of the delimiter. That's correct. Now we need to go to the advanced options. Don't forget this step because you actually want to break this into rows. You could break it into columns, but then you would have one additional step inside of Power Query. So let's just knock this out at one time. Let's put it rows. When I click OK, row one has Chris Menard, and it has me in Atlanta, Paris, and Cleveland. When this is done, I should be listed 3 times, which is correct. Once for Atlanta, once for Paris, and another row for Cleveland. My department should stay as the training department. Click OK. There I am. Christian, my friend Christian was in London and Atlanta. There he is in 2 different rows. So now this data is in a tabular format, still on home inside of Power Query. I'm going to click on Close and Load To. It'll add a new worksheet to your Excel file. I'm going to zoom in. Now I can quickly sort, I can quickly filter, and I can quickly do a Power Query. One step we got to fix. So this is me making a small mistake. If you notice, and this is a pet peeve of mine, Paris has a space before the letter P. So does Atlanta in row number 6. Let's go back to Power Query and fix this. When you use Power Query, you get a connection, and here's our connection. I'm going to go and load this right here. Double click, it loads back to Power Query. I'm going to select Offices. I told I'm just going to right click on Offices. Go to Offices and hit Transform. And we're going to do the trim function. This will remove that space at the beginning. You can see Paris has got a space right there in row 2. Let's trim it. There you go. Go back to home, close and load to. It updates the table that it created. I don't have to go and do anything else. Perfect. Now those spaces are gone. The other great feature of doing this is if I go back to my sheet 1, and I mentioned this, it would create this as a table, and someone is putting data in here. I am making up a name here. Let's put in Mark Jones, and Mark is in Cleveland, comma, space. Mark's also in, let's put Las Vegas, and let's just put him in marketing. Mark Jones got added to the data. If I go back to my table 1 that was created and is linked to the Power Query, and I refresh my data, right click inside the data, hit refresh, Now I've got 34 instead of 32 rows loaded. If I come down here to the bottom, look at that, Mark Jones, and the Power Query is still running. That step is in there to get rid of that space. This is not a full-blown Power Query, but there are all these steps that were applied right here. Great feature right there that when people still use this sheet and update it, I can still have my corrected data in a tabular format. I appreciate your time. My Excel training is available online, including Teams, OneNote, and Copilot. Take care.